Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Monday morning, late start to Monday morning meditation. How is everyone doing today? We have a new week. We're about halfway through November, and about a month and a half left of 2018. And I was reading this book on Yoga Nidra this morning, and it brought up something that I've really worked a lot on over the past year and a half or so. And that is using my voice, getting really clear on what it is I want, how I want to feel, and speaking up for that, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And the more I was able to do this, and the more I was able to practice this exercise of engaging in conversations that might seem uncomfortable, but that will bring me more love and more freedom and more peace and surrender. Excuse me while I get some water. The more I practiced that, the more I created new pathways, and the more I created a new way of life and doing things and speaking and communicating in my relationships. So I just want to share this really quick to my Happy Highest You Oil tribe over on Facebook. So thanks for bearing with me right now. If you do have essential oils, I can ask you to go get them right now while I'm typing this. We are going to be using lavender and ginger. So I will give you a few seconds, to go grab those oils for yourself. And I currently have a diffuser blend going of 3 drops wild orange, 3 drops lavender, and 2 drops ginger. And so you can totally use your lavender to apply over your throat for this specific meditation, or going into your day after this meditation. If you don't have lavender with you, feel free to grab it and apply throughout the day, or when you are going into communicating what it is you want, speaking up for yourself, and gaining this feeling that we will gain from this meditation, as I am just feeling the downloads coming to me of what I want to talk to you guys about. And so also ginger, we'll talk a little bit more about this at the end, but that can be placed over your solar plexus chakra, which is all about your power, your fire, your action. So you're getting that empowerment, but you're also getting that oil of communication. And I want to go deeper with this after our meditation on what these oils can really do for you and what you guys think about them. So when you are ready and you've applied your oils, you have them diffusing, get yourself into a private space, a private room, a comfortable position, whether that's sitting down cross-legged, on the floor, in a chair, or lying down, if that feels comfortable for you today. So I usually, when I wake up, I like to sit up. Today I actually started out my meditation laying down, but sometimes it can be hard to stay focused and present when you're laying down, for me, especially in the morning. So I also like to really root my feet into the ground. So again, find that comfortable position, close your eyes, feel your feet on the ground, feel your sit bones on your chair or on the floor. Tune into your breath, in through your nose, let it go out your mouth. Shrugging your shoulders up to your ears on an inhale. Rolling them back on an exhale. Notice that sense of calm. Notice that sense of peace. Breathing in through your nose. Exhaling out any tension, any fear, any worry. And as you let your breath relax, noticing it going in through your nose and out through your nose, becoming unattached but aware. Letting go of the need to control your breath, to control how you're feeling, and allowing yourself to listen to my voice, to be in this moment, to relax. And I want to present with you some questions that might help you gain a sense of what's on your heart today. The first question coming to mind is, how do you want to feel? Maybe there's a situation in your life, a relationship, a struggle that's not making you feel so great. It's allowing you to, or you are allowing yourself to react to this situation, angry, upset. But how do you truly want to feel? What would feeling light in this moment mean to you? What would expressing your voice, your thoughts in a loving way, in a meaningful way, in a productive way to this other person, to this situation, and allowing that voice to be heard, what would that mean to you? Taking that feeling of lightness, that hope, I ask you to imagine yourself as a drop of water. Water cleanses. Water heals. Water moves fluidly and easily. Water takes new form. And it washes away old, stuck, heavy areas and parts of ourselves. At your core, you are this drop. You are this purity. You are this cleanliness. Now imagine this drop flowing down off of a waterfall into a tiny stream. Flowing down the edges of this stream. Maybe it bumps into the edges every now and then. But it keeps going. It keeps moving. And this powerful stream surrounds this droplet, helping it to feel that it's guided by something bigger than just itself. That it's more powerful than it knows. And that even though it might bump from time to time along the edges into a rock, the steady, deep, powerful stream gathers it back up and carries it along this path. Now imagine this droplet, the stream flowing into the ocean. Notice how that feels. Notice the calm, the ease. Notice how this vast body of water surrounds you, supports you, opens your eyes to what's possible, brings awareness that there's so much more. Notice the freedom of where you can go in this ocean. There may still be rocks, there may still be bumps. But they're not as prevalent. You made it through. And you know what to do when those things arise. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, bringing some awareness back to the space, back to this moment in time together. Bringing some gentle movements to your fingers, to your toes, feeling them on the ground, feeling your sit bones in your chair or your body as you're lying down. If you're lying down, maybe taking a full body stretch. If you're sitting down, maybe reaching your arms up to the sky with your eyes still closed. Letting your arms move side to side. Bringing them back to your lap. Taking one final breath in together through your nose. And out through your mouth. Let it all go. Gently flutter your eyes halfway open. And then all the way open. Coming back to this space. So, how are we feeling? I feel like that was one of my first meditations where I allowed the visual to just go with us. It was really neat. And before, like right before I clicked live, I got that image of that stream and those rocks. And I know what it's like to keep trying and what we like to call fail. But really those rocks, those bumps along the way, those moments where we speak up for ourselves and we don't necessarily get the response that we're seeking, they teach us something and they allow us to keep going. So thank you, Ashley and Laura, for being live with us. I would love to know how this went for you. Hopefully you got to jump on at a decent point within the meditation. If not, feel free to watch the replay. But I do just want to read to you a little bit about where this topic came from today and why I was feeling called to talk about it. So this chapter within the book I'm reading is all about using your intention in daily life. And it talks about, instead of going down the old path in situations of becoming angry and not speaking up, we redirect our intention to speak up first. We are planting more seeds of communicating and lessening the backlog of seeds that will cause us to lean towards old behaviors. So what I really loved is there was this poem in here too about, I walk down the street, there is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes me a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street. So, little by little, we can change the entire course of our lives. What appeared entrenched and predetermined is seen as manageable and changeable. You become the master of your life, and you begin to consciously determine your own outcomes. And something that helped me understand this concept of intention is asking that question I started this meditation with, of how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Have you ever even asked yourself this question? And then after asking what you want to feel, maybe you even go to the mirror and you ask yourself. Then you ask yourself, what truth do I need to speak? And asking yourself that question of what truth do I need to speak allows you to really get aligned with what it is you're going to say. Instead of just lashing out, instead of just reacting in a old habit way. It's giving you time to really get clear on what truth needs to be said in this moment for the highest good, for your relationship, for you, and for the other person. And you might ask yourself, do you need to say you are disappointed rather than walking away? Do you need to say, I thought just the two of us were going to be doing this? This is talking in terms of like a relationship, from feeling jealous of the time, which is something I totally went through, is why this kind of spoke to me and I wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, if we can align and speak to what's really going on, we automatically interrupt those avoiding behaviors and speed up the process of getting that feeling of what we want, which is empowerment, which is being heard, which is being free, instead of holding in and tensing and hiding and feeling helpless and hopeless. So, again, asking yourself how you want to feel, and then shifting that pattern within yourself rather than waiting for someone else to shift their pattern, because you have no control over that. You have no control over when or how someone else shifts themselves. And it's something we all know, but we still, I feel like when we're in this, we think they're going to change. We like hang on to that hope that we don't have to change ourselves. And I love this in the book. It's just a little paragraph that I wanted to share, but it says, the instant that this girl in the story aligned herself, she planted a new seed. She created a new way of being in the world, and that could never be taken away from her. It's like riding a bike. Once you know you can do it, no one can take it away from you. Once you have a glimpse of who you can be in the world, that knowledge can never be lost. You might forget, cover it up, or pretend it's not there for a while, but it's never lost. Once you plant a new seed, you know you have the power to act differently, and no one will ever be able to take that away from you. Every time you choose to align yourself, you deepen the groove. It's like water that begins as a single drop, but when repeated, becomes a trickle, then a stream, and eventually a raging river that contains its own self-propelling force. So that relates to the meditation I just took you through. I'm kind of interested on how I channeled in that ocean rather than this raging river that contains its own propelling force, but I can totally see the value in both sides. Let me know if you resonated with that calm ocean feeling when you go back and watch this meditation, or if you feel that propelling force that this is talking about with that river. Maybe you envision something totally different than the ocean I was even talking about. So that's kind of cool, what can happen in meditation. So thank you guys so much for letting me share that. I know I'm not alone, and I know this was something that I had to practice time and time again, whether that was just like arguing about something we put in our apartment like like speaking up for myself that maybe it's not where we put some item in our home. Maybe it's something deeper, that I wanted to have a say in something, that I wanted to come together and negotiate how we create something together. So I really encourage you to give yourself that space and that time before you react, to really know a little deeper what it is you want and how you want to feel in your relationships. And a little bit about the essential oils that we used within this. Lavender, if you need some help with getting your voice heard and getting your word out, lavender is the oil of communication. So that's why I mentioned that you can apply this over your throat. It aids in verbal expression. It calms the insecurities that are felt when one risks their true thoughts and feelings. Lavender addresses a deep fear of being seen and heard. Individuals in need of lavender hide within, blocking all forms of true self-expression. While they may even be going through the motions of outward expression, they're actually holding back their innermost thoughts and feelings. The expression is not connected to their heart and soul. So what they're expressing is that reaction. It's not that truth that they take time to themselves to really reflect on and express. Lavender supports individuals in releasing the tension and constriction that stems from fear of expressing oneself. So a lot of times if you're holding in and you're clenching and you're not saying what's on your heart, you can feel that tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your throat. Due to past experiences, they may believe it's not safe to express themselves. The true self is therefore trapped within and goes unexpressed. Strong feelings of being unlovable, unimportant, or unheard can accompany this condition. The individual fear of rejection paralyzes your true voice and traps your feelings inside. Lavender encourages emotional honesty and insists that one speak their innermost thoughts and desires. As individuals learn to communicate their deepest thoughts and feelings, they are liberated, free from their self-inflicted prison. It is through open and honest communication that an individual experiences unconditional love and acceptance. Through lavender's courageous spirit, one is free to share their true self with others. Freaking love lavender. And then a little bit about ginger, because this oil also came to mind when I was reading this book this morning. And ginger is the oil of empowerment. So I tell you to apply that over your solar plexus area to bring that fire energy, to bring that power, to bring that empowerment back into your body and back into your emotional well-being, because ginger holds no reservations. It has a purpose and a will to fulfill it. So your solar plexus chakra, right above your belly button, is also a lot about willpower and taking action in your life and speaking up for yourself in that action. So it persuades us to be fully present and participate in life, not just go through the motions. It teaches us to be successful in life. We must be wholly committed to it. Ginger addresses deep patterns of victim mentality, which is evidenced by feelings of powerlessness, believing everything is outside of one's control, refusing to take responsibility for life, blaming life circumstances on other people or outside influences. The victim feels stuck as they decentralize or disown responsibility and blame others for their misfortunes. Ginger empowers individuals in taking complete responsibility for their life circumstances. It infuses a warrior-like mentality based on personal integrity, centralized responsibility, and individual choice. Here the individual sees themselves as the creator of their own life, no longer waiting for outside circumstances to change. They choose their own destiny. The empowered individual assumes full responsibility and accountability for the consequences of their actions or inactions. So yes, these are the oils of the day. If you are wanting to move forward with this, if you are wanting to speak up, if you are wanting to feel free, use these. And an affirmation that you can post-it note around your home, put in your planner, put on your desktop. I'm going to read it, but I can also type it in the comments. I'll read it first. I am here to express the power of the divine as it moves through me. I am here to express the power of the divine as it moves through me. So let me know what you think of that and where you're going to put it today. Because we all have something to share. We are all part of the divine. And we all have an ability to allow the divine to move through us, whether we've experienced that yet or not. And that's how I do these meditations, is I ask, what do people need to hear today? Help me to voice and express what message I need to get out into the world. What message I need to show up for in my relationships. What message I need to teach on. And you will be guided. The more open, the more you practice, the more you allow it to move in you, and know that you don't have to control it. Whatever you're saying is exactly what's meant to be. As long as it doesn't feel angry, it doesn't feel forced. It's more aligned and light and empowering, and you feel light and free after you say it. Okay, so I hope that doesn't confuse you more, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, I think that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for joining live. I see Megan's popping on over on Instagram. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Let me know how this goes for you. And feel free to share this to your timeline. Share this with any friends or family you think might need it. Feel free to tag them in the comments. I would love to pass on this message to whoever needs it today. And I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm sending all the love and light as you work to express yourself more and more going forward in your life. All right. I love you guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.